Howdy Connection Group leaders, happy Thursday. I am here I was gonna say I'm in Brooklyn. I'm not. This is actually Lower Manhattan, but I'm here with Team Brooklyn. This is day one of our mission trip. We've been hosting a basketball tournament, which is pretty cool. We're in the middle of a rain delay, so I thought I'd take a minute to send y'all a video and talk about this week's lesson, which is really, really good. I will say it's fairly simple, but sometimes the simple is the most important stuff. We're talking about how vile it is to get drawn into what I'm going to say is really it's covetousness, right? Have you ever thought about why the sin? This is the 9th commandment, right? Thou shalt not covet your neighbor's stuff. You ever thought about why'd that make the top 10? Why is that one so vile? Because it's that part of our hearts that makes us think, God, you're not being good to me. God, you've not given me enough stuff. I know I've got some stuff, and if you look at Numbers chapter 11 here, they actually admit, yeah, we've got bread, yes, we've got water, yes, you've fed us, but we're tired of that goodness. We want something else. And that is the human condition. This is actually just a really great reminder of why we desperately need Jesus so badly, because even when things are going really, really well, even when we're living well, man, our hearts are just twisted and wicked, and they need to be changed by the Lord. But here's the children of Israel. Also, this lesson's fun because you get to use the word riffraff, right? It says specifically there's some folks amongst them who are particularly not holy, and so they're kind of driving this discontentment. Another great point from this lesson is not only do we need to be careful about what we're allowing our hearts to chase after. One of the things when I'm talking about covetousness, I talk about the dangers of window shopping. Window shopping in and of itself is not a sin, but it can sure lead to sin quickly, right? But not only do you need to be careful with window shopping, you also got to be really careful of who you're letting have a voice in your life. And there are people, that was Emma, by the way, she says hi. There are people who are going to draw you away from the Lord. And that may not be their intention, but just their negativity and just their longing for sinfulness, if we let that into our camp, it can draw us into that desire for sinfulness too. So, as much as I love meat, and meat's not the point here, man, I can relate to this lesson because there's plenty of times where I think, boy, I really need some meat. In fact, I kind of feel that way tonight. I'm going to talk Janet into letting us get some meat for supper. That's Janet right there. But you know what I need more than anything? I need Jesus to satisfy my desires, and I need to be willing to submit those desires to Him and say, Lord, you have always met my needs, and I'm confident you're always going to meet my needs. And maybe you're not always going to meet those needs in maybe the way that I want, but I want you more than I want your stuff, including barbecue, and I really like barbecue. So, Belt, pray for me. I'm going to get back to work. Pray for our team. Pray for all these incredible kids. You can see we're just in the middle of this awesome park here in Lower Manhattan. Pray for our team and all the different acts of service. We're heading to a nursing home in the morning. That's going to be cool. Serving a different youth group tomorrow night. Serving a different church on Sunday morning. We're pumped about that. So pray for us. We're praying for y'all. Can't wait to see you when we get back. In the meantime, find some people that are going to spark a desire to chase after Jesus and surround yourself with Him more than anything. Love y'all. See you later. Bye.